Hey guys, hoping all is well with everyone. In this video, we're going to be continuing the read-along of the 7th level by Jody Feldman. And today we're going to be starting off with Chapter 9, but just a quick recap of Chapter 8. Travis had almost completely solved his math sheet, and basically now he has to find locker 207 and unlock the locker and find the next set of instructions. But the first thing he has to do is get out of his detention, or what he called his dungeon. So, continuing with Chapter 9, we'll go ahead and get started, and as always, I'll show you any pictures as we come across them. Chapter 9. Mrs. Pynchon is now banging on the computer keys like she needs to pulverize them. Not the ideal time to ask if I can search for locker 207, but if I tell her an almost truth. I wait for a pause in her keyboard attack. "Excuse me, Mrs. Pynchon." She turns enough so I see one of her question mark eyebrows go up. "May I go to a locker?" A sort of slur together. "And maybe go to the bathroom?" The brow raises higher, toward the clock on the wall. She nods. My guess is I have 5 minutes before she sends her search dogs. I count 10 steps from her office, then race to the 6th grade hall, where the locker numbers are lower. 419, 374, 313, 245. Then the hall turns toward the gym and the cafeteria. Go. Locker 1 to my left, 184 to my right. Where are 185 to 244? Only 60 lockers. Has to be in a small hall. Small hall. Library hall. I round the corner, full speed. Skid to locker 207. Lift up the lock. Spin. Thumrunkle. Trash can. Eyes. Mr. Mackenzie. Travis Raines. He and his broom are standing just outside the library door. "You're supposed to be in Mrs. P's office." I, Mrs. Pynchon. Yeah, Mrs. Pynchon let me out for a break. But not for breaking and entering, punishable under law by both school and police. "Should you be opening other people's lockers?" he says. "Your locker isn't here." "This is a special case. Mrs. Pynchon knows." I look straight at him. "How'd you know my locker's not here?" "All the ones in this hall are empty." "Now what?" I glance at my paper. "Oh," I say. 507, not 207. "See ya." I round the corner, duck into the boys' room, go to the bathroom, flush, and wash. I have to know what's in the locker today. If I'm a few minutes over, I can tell Mrs. Pynchon I had bathroom problems and... Problem! I forgot to bring a circle! I need to find one. Here! Why can't toilet paper come in circles? Or paper towels? I pull one from the dispenser, fold it in half, and try to tear a perfect curve on the non-folded side. I open it up. Too bad the legend didn't ask for a giant amoeba. I need a circle. I could draw another one, but no pen. And a water circle could dry before anyone finds it. A circle. A circle. I'm having bathroom problems, Mrs. Pynchon. The problem is there are no circles in the bathroom. Not even the toilet seats. I reach into my pockets. Nothing. But I have a button on my shirt. Kids like me lose buttons all the time, Mom. I start to yank one loose, but it feels like I'll rip a hole. I take my shirt off and bite the threads. I have a circle. Now I need to get to the locker without any eyes around. In case Mr. Mackenzie's still near, I fling open the bathroom door, thought some decoy steps in the wrong direction, then I turn and tiptoe the way I need to go. I crawl beneath the window to the library door, then crouch walk to the locker. I twirl the wheel a couple revolutions to clear the lock. Then I stop at 32. Reverse and go to what? 3? Doubtful. All the numbers in the puzzle are 2 digits. Okay. 13. Stop. Right again to 16. Tug. Nothing. Next, clear the lock. 32, 23, 16. Tug. Bingo! The only thing in the locker is a blue envelope with my name and "For Your Eyes Only" on the front. I replace it with a button, then lift my shirt in back and wedge the large envelope partway into my pants. I close the locker, dash around the corner, then fast walk back to Mrs. Pinchin's office and pause outside her door. When I go in, I don't want to look like I'm hiding a secret. I try on a couple expressions, but they all feel weird. Instead, I slip in like I'm trying not to bother an adult. Mrs. Pinchin barely looks up, not even when I fidget to stop the envelope from clawing at my back. Not even when I ungrip my hold on the original puzzle sheet and smooth out the paper as much as I can. I write 23 in the last blank. But why is it 23? You know why I don't like puzzles? I mean to say to myself. Mrs. Pinchin stops bashing her keyboard. Why? If you can't solve one, it creeps around your head like a slug until you find the answer. She smiles. Something I can help you with? I shake my head. I need to figure this out myself. You'll have to do your figuring out at home, she says. I know it's 10 minutes early, but I'm ready to leave. Hoo-ha! Even though Curie, my golden retriever, is the only one home when I get there, I lock my bedroom door before I free the envelope from my pants. I unwind the string from the circles and spill out a weird double-stacked coin. One side's the size of a double-thick nickel and is engraved with a square. The other is the size of a triple-thick dime and has a triangle. I keep it in my hand and pull out a piece of paper. Every 7th. I put a stack of crackers atop a passerby. The woman cried. Thank you, pal. Nice hat. After you solve this puzzle, place a representative of the item into locker 207 by Monday morning. In addition, please keep the enclosed coin, and ones to follow, in a safe, accessible place. Remember, this is all secret. We're depending on you. Depending on me? A 12-year-old kid who gets into trouble? If it's so important, someone should ask the president, or the Secret Service, or even Maddie, who is a lot more trustworthy than I am. She knew about my 10th birthday present for a month and wouldn't tell me even when I squeezed her knee in the way that makes her claw at my eyeballs. But someone's trusting me, and if it's the legend, I'm all over it. I put the coin in my underwear drawer on top of the mystery math sheet with the sequin that's still driving me nuts. I flop onto my bed and look at the paper with the new puzzle, if you can call it that. It's just a headline and some weird sentences. Okay, I say to Curie, I'll pretend it's a puzzle, but it's so not a puzzle. Read it, Curie. Great. Now I'm asking a dog to read. But whoever claimed this is a puzzle is also nuts. Who would mistake some crackers for a hat? And what's with the headline? Did the person put a stack of crackers on the head of every 7th person who passed him? I'm surprised no one slugged him in the nose. Wouldn't you slug him in the nose? I ask Curie. She looks up and wags her tail. No, you'd shake the crackers off your head and eat them. I shake my own head. At least my first puzzle was something I recognized. Teachers always throw math sequences at us. Maybe the legend did that to get me all confident because they knew this puzzle was going to be smack all the confidence out of me. I should pretend it's like math, that there's some logic to it. The only logic, though, is in the directions, which tells me to put a representative of the solution into the locker. But what's a representative? Like in the House of Representatives? I picture rushing off to Washington, D.C., grabbing a member of Congress and shoving him into locker 207, which is physically possible. Maybe not the kidnapping, but the shoving. Last year, I took a dare and ate my lunch in my locker for 2 days in a row. Principal Wilkins told me I could have suffocated in there, but I don't know how a kid can suffocate when the vents are big enough to wiggle his fingers through. I'm not stupid. I figured if no one let me out, someone would hear me yell and see my fingers. But they're not looking for a guy shoved in a locker. What are they looking for, Curie? It'd be so easy to forget this puzzle and go kick around the soccer ball. I grab a Nerf ball from under my bed and glance it glance it off my closet door. Again and again. And a few minutes later, I'm outside, kicking a regular soccer ball against the garage door. Can I really figure out this puzzle? Kick, kick, kick. And if I can't, kick, kick, kick. Or what if this isn't the legend and the oaf's punking me? Kick, kick, kick. No, I never gave him my combination, and he wouldn't know the one to locker 207 unless he had 207 in 6th grade. Kick, 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 or shove the envelope through the vents. But would it fit? Kick, kick, kick. Wait, he's an oaf, and oafs like him don't write puzzles. They steal them. If I look on the internet and the puzzle's not there, then he couldn't have sent it. I kick my soccer ball inside, head upstairs, and great. Of all the times to be banned from the computer, if I look for just 1 minute, my parents won't know, unless they have it rigged with Travis traps. Forget it. I pick up the puzzle again. Every 7th. It's underlined, so it has to be a title, right? But titles have stuff in common with the words below. This one doesn't. Maybe it's a clue. Every 7th what? Every 7th word? Every 7th. I put a stack of crackers atop a passerby. The woman cried, "Thanks, pal. Nice hat." Do I count the words in the title? That would give me oven cried without the title atop and pal. A pal is a thing, but I won't exactly find lots of volunteers to get stuffed into locker 207. Unless the representative part means I'm supposed to get a mini pal, like a doll or something. Great, now I have to go to the toy store and risk someone seeing me buy a Barbie. But wait, I need to use a top too. If I push the words together, of cried, a topple, they aren't in the dictionary. Neither are the letter combos I'd make if I started with the first words instead of the 7th. Every 7th. Every 7th. Not words. Letters, maybe. I start with the title, then write down every 7th letter. E, P, C, C, O, E, W, I, C, K, C. Nothing. What if I ditch the title? Maybe start with the 7th letter after the headline. T, then R. There are lots of TR words, but I need a vowel next. A, then S, H, keep going, C, A, N. Trash can! Curie, I did it! An item! I need a locker-sized trash can. How big is a locker? When my backpack's loaded, it barely fits in sideways. I cram my backpack with junk from underneath my bed, then I measure it against the bathroom trash cans. I measure it against the bedroom ones. My mom must have this thing for bigger than locker trash cans. Now what? I can't exactly say, "Excuse me, Mom, but will you take me to the store, stay in the car, don't look at what I buy, and don't ask any questions"? That's gonna fly. And with my enslavement this weekend, I can't go riding my bike wherever I need. I have only one choice. Chapter 10. Day 2 of detention. I wait in the driveway with my backpack full of cans and my bicycle resting against my side. When Mrs. Pynchon pulls up, I walk my bike to her window and try to ignore her question mark eyebrows. I was wondering if I might be able to ride home. My legs need to pedal. She looks at the cloudy, dark sky. We'll see. She helps me load my bike into her pickup, and I breathe for the first time in a minute. I plan to wait until after school to ask about leaving early. In case you're curious, I say, apparently forgetting to tell my mouth about the plan. I have an important errand to run. You do you? And it's always safer to ride home before rush hour, so I was sort of wondering if we could end our arrangement early tonight. I smile, And to make up for it, you can pick me up Monday morning. Why'd I offer that? I bite the tip of my tongue to remind my mouth to shut up. It's easier for people to say no if you ask too much. She ignores my request all morning. After school, still nothing. She does have a bottle of chocolate milk and a poppy seed muffin waiting for me. She must have remembered the poppy seeds and the moon cookies. But it'd be nicer if she paroled me from prison 45 minutes early. Half hour, even. I ate my muffin and watched the sweep second hand of the wall clock spin around and round. The minutes fly like a hippopotamus. I have zero to do except wonder about our baseball game and stare at the clouds hanging as heavy as they did this morning and ignore the rumbling that isn't my stomach. Mrs. Pinchin looks at the sky. The flicker of lightning doesn't escape her either. She stays quiet, but the rain speaks enough. It bashes the window and dashes my chance at getting the trash can today. Fine. I open my social studies book, and 20 minutes later I finish reading about Mesopotamia. I haul out my math book and work the 5 problems. Almost 4 o'clock, and everything's so quiet. Where'd the rain go? I work out in a paragraph for English, and my piece of paper gets brighter. I dare to look up. The sun's sending out some beams. I finish the paragraph. 4:25. I'm done with my homework. Time to unbite my tongue. Mrs. Pinchin. Travis. I just finished my homework. Every bit. Okay if I take my books to my locker? She nods, then glances out the window. Say something, Mrs. Pinchin. Say I can leave. Travis, she says when I'm almost at the door. Tell me about this errand of yours. This is the worst test a principal can give a kid. If she's testing whether I can follow blue envelope directions and I tell her anything, I fail. If I refuse to speak, I fail. If I lie, I fail. But I do get to go. And who would it hurt? I don't stop to think about it. Well, I say, stalling for inspiration that includes a semi-truth, I promised I'd pick up this thing at the store, and if I don't go today, I might have to break my promise. Which is sorta true. When I put the circle in the locker, it was kind of a promise I'd follow the rules. And your parents know about this? They should, according to rule number 5, but I don't say that. My dad doesn't. He's in Japan. And your mom? She pushes the phone toward me. I hate this. I punch in my home number and talk before the answering machine picks up. Hi, Mom. It's me. I pause like I'm waiting for her to talk. Remember that errand? Pause. Mrs. Pinchin says I can do it. Okay? Pause. Thanks, Mom. Pause. Yeah, I'll be careful. Pause. Bye. Hang up as the leave your name at the beep message ends. Mrs. Pinchin stares me in the eye for too long. I can't stand this. Am I supposed to do something else? She takes in a deep breath. I'll page Mr. Mackenzie to fetch your bicycle from my truck. Then I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Monday morning, too. I almost feel like hugging her, even with the extra detention. Thanks, Mrs. Pinchin. I give her my best smile and she gives a half one right back. It's a 5-minute ride to the office supply store, where they should have small trash cans, then a 10-minute ride back home. Even if I take half an hour in the store, I can get back by 5:30, so I ditch going home to leave a real message for my mom. I pedal fast, dodging some of the little tree branches that fell with all of the wind and rain, and I make it to the store in what might be record time. I race to the trash can aisle. I don't care what this thing looks like as long as it's the cheapest one I can wedge into a locker. There's a plain black one and a cooler white one with a swinging lid, but it's more expensive. I run the black one over to the ruler aisle. Cha-ching! It's small enough. I measured my stuffed backpack yesterday. Checkout time. I hit a couple of display staplers, pass the pens, spin an office chair, and wait! I'm in an office supply store with computers. without parents, with at least 25 more minutes. And cha-ching again! One computer is loaded with Son of Crash. I move Crash Jr. around the third bend. My hand rumbles with the amazing new audio until Crash crashes, right before I get to the fourth level. I try again, and again, and how much longer do I have? I check the clock on the computer next to me. 5:20! I particularly throw my money at the cashier, unchain my bike, and race out of there. Not only do I need to beat the clock, I need to beat the next wave of thunderclouds gathering closer than I'd like. I head toward the horizon, and my legs churning as fast as they can. They pedal me off the busy road into a neighborhood street about 3 blocks before Maddie's house. I'm still more than 5 minutes from home. 5 minutes under normal circumstances. The way my legs are burning, I'm not riding like normal. I pass Maddie's, churn uphill, round the corner, look behind me to cross into the next neighborhood. No cars. Go, go, go! I cruise down the street. I'm gonna make it! 3 more turns, 1 pedal, 1 turn, pedal. 2 turns. No! I'm lying in the street, my helmet covering most of my sight. I sit up and move my arms and legs. I look into my backpack and check the trash can. Nothing's broken except the skin on my elbow and forearm. It's all scraped and bloody. Maybe I can make it home on time. Or maybe my mom's late. Maybe she got caught in rain, slow traffic, and doesn't matter. Half my front tire is hanging like wet toilet paper from a tree. I raise the handlebars, mostly with my good arm, and try to run my bike home on its back wheel. I hobble it down the driveway just as my mom closes the back door behind her. By now she'll be heading up the stairs, calling my name. I can come in behind her and I'd say I've been outside, or not. No hiding my torn shirt, the blood, and the rip I just found on the side of my pants. I'm down here, Mom, I call with as little energy as possible. Curie even senses my problems because she doesn't charge me. She just circles around and licks my hand. My mom's barefoot, but still has on her work clothes when she comes into the kitchen. Travis! What happened? I'm fine. I didn't see the branch in the street and flew over the handlebars. She goes into nurse mom mode and forgets to ask why I was on my bike. She won't forget for long, though. So Mrs. Pynchon let me load my bike onto her pickup this morning. I say to get this over with. And my legs were itching to pedal after being in prison. And I knew I couldn't go to the baseball game because that's part of my punishment. So I went to the store to get something for school, and in the time it takes her to tear open a Band-Aid, her face changes from nurse mom to judge mom. And Mrs. Pynchon knew where you were going? Sort of. And you called me so I knew where you'd be? I tried, but you weren't home, and of course I wasn't home yet. But you know my work number and my cell. I was gonna be home on time. You're 12, Travis, not 22. She screws top back onto the ointment tube. Even if you were, you'd still need to let someone know where you're going. Always. I know. I open the next Band-Aid wrapper. I will. I promise. She looks straight into my eyes like they're trying to cement that promise into my brain. Then she stays really quiet. Worried quiet. Sad quiet. Like when she remembers my grandparents. I'd rather be banned from TV for life than listen to this type of quiet. So, she says, but nothing follows. She finishes bandaging, and I follow her to the kitchen. She gets out a Diet Coke. So, what should we do with you? I let out a quiet laugh. Mrs. Pynchon said something like that before I got detention. I think I might like Mrs. Pynchon. My mom pulls some tuna steaks from the refrigerator, but she's not smiling much, and it's my fault. If I'd actually called her, we might be laughing now. But I sort of make her laugh during dinner when I get up, jump twice, pretend I'm flying in a plane, and stomp my feet. Then I pull her arm until she does the stamp dance with me, The one Grandpa Sam made up to get me interested in the stamp collection he started for me. And by the time dinner's done, she hasn't heaped on extra punishment. She tells me we'll fix my bike this weekend, then she sends me and Curie up to my room, which is fine, because I need to figure out how to sneak a trash can into a school locker I'm not supposed to open. And I'll stop the video there, ending chapter 10. So in the next video, we'll be continuing the read-along of the 7th level by Jody Feldman with chapter 11. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and as always, please take good care of yourselves, and thank you so much for watching.